Thank you very much, Steve. So I'm Mike Berkoff, and yes, I am the fourth generation in the liquor business. And we're presented every day with new products. We run a total of 37 locations in 4 states. We run a total of 37 locations in 4 states. Every day, in category management, we're pitched hundreds of items between liquor, wine, and beers. So when we meet somebody new, and we're constantly looking for new products coming in, because that's what really keeps our stores new and vibrant to the consumer instead of carrying the same old inventory over and over, what we really look at is, why do we need this new product and where does it fit? What sets that product apart from the competitors in that category or the niche? And what is the marketing plan that that product's owner has? Not the distributor, but the product's owner. Because we see today, we could take in product, you put it on the shelf, and product just is not going to wind up moving. So today what we're looking for is a marketing plan. We're looking for POS. And the most important thing for us today is being able to get liquid to lips. And that is really doing in-store tastings on new products. So if somebody comes in and they have those 3 pieces and they're willing to support the product, we are willing to take in the product into our stores. We give it placement, we give it prime shelf position for a period of time, and 90, 120 days later, we look at our scans, and if the product is worthy of at least turning over a case within a 30-day period, the product stays. If the product doesn't cut it, based on the inventory that we have, we'll wind up closing it out, and we move on to the new SKUs. What happened is, over the last 10 years, we used to run stores with basically about 5,500 SKUs. Today, we're running between 10 to 12,000. So the amount of breadth within each category is growing, and the categories are also developing side categories. So when you had a line of wine that had Cabernet, Chardonnay, and Merlot, and then all of a sudden there was a Moscato phenomenon, everybody ran and added a Moscato to their line. We took in most of them, and then after a period of time, you see that those Moscatos basically have gone by the wayside, and today you have 6 Moscatos that are basically doing the business. A big category that's exploding today is brown whiskey, whether it's bourbon, whether it's rye, whether it's Canadian. On those, we take in almost every single SKU that we can get our hands on, because that's a major growing category. We have limited shelf space, so naturally, in order to be able to take in all those brown goods, there's categories that we look at now that are also diminishing, like, for instance, flavored vodkas are diminishing. We went from carrying 2,700 SKUs in vodka, both the 80 proof and the line extensions of flavors. We've probably cut down 20, 25%. And the retail is constantly changing and keeping the stores fresh for the consumer and maintaining what the consumer is looking for today and discontinuing basically what was selling yesterday and is no longer turning. Where we see the biggest challenge today is the category management in beer. Because what's happening in beer, once we see the crafts, and we're talking about the local crafts, for instance, we have stores throughout Connecticut from downstate to upstate. The Fairfield County stores and New Haven County stores will sell microbrews that are done in the lower part of the state. Can't sell the ones that are brewed in the upper part of the state, but the upper part of the state can't sell the ones that are brewed in the lower part of the state. So we're starting to see beer, especially the craft beers from each particular state, are getting very, very localized. And what we see within the beer category, customer comes in, they'll buy the SKU once, they'll buy it twice, and then they're moving on. So category management is a challenge that we have as retailers that we're facing every day. And the amount of inventory that it takes today to make our business, to keep our sales growing, just keeps getting larger and larger. So SKU rationalization is a major part that we look at. So going back, when we're pitched today, we need differentiation, what makes your product different. Number 2, what is going to be your marketing, your POS, and your tasting commitment behind the product. And then from there, if there is a takeoff on the product, are you going to be able to replenish in a period of time that we're not out of stock for longer than, say, 30 days? And we know startups with new products, that is what revitalizes really the consumer coming in, because consumers looking also for what's new. So we want to keep the stores always fresh. We want to keep them relevant. And that's how we run BevMax, and we've been quite successful. We've been growing at the rate of opening probably 3 stores per year the last 3 years. This coming year, we're looking to open up another 6. And our model keeps working.